Dear students, in this video we are going to learn about the power method, and this method is to find the eigenvalue of the highest magnitude and the corresponding eigenvector. So this is a numerical method, and let us look at the idea about the eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Already you have seen in the course linear algebra. So if a square matrix is given, if A is a square matrix, then we can solve this equation Ax is equal to lambda x, and we can get the value lambda and the vector x. So this value lambda is called the eigenvalue, and the vector x is known to be the eigenvector. So you learned before how to solve and how to get eigenvalues as eigenvectors for a square matrix, and the methods you learned before are the analytical methods. Now we are going to learn about a numerical method to find eigenvalue of a given matrix, and that eigenvalue is of highest magnitude, that is in absolute value, that is the highest value. So we want to find the eigenvalue of a matrix of highest magnitude and the corresponding eigenvector. Now we know that if there is a square matrix, if it is a 3 by 3 matrix, if A is a 3 by 3 matrix, there will be 3 eigenvalues, and corresponding to the 3 eigenvalues, we will have 3 eigenvectors. So, but in this power method, we try to find only one eigenvalue. That eigenvalue is of highest magnitude, and we try to find the corresponding eigenvector. Now before going to the actual method, this power method, we are going to look at some of these definitions. So this definition is about L infinity norm. This is defined by, if A is an n by n square matrix, then L infinity norm is defined by, so this is the symbol for L infinity norm. L infinity norm of A is equal to maximum of sigma Aij, modulus of Aij. J is from 1 to n, and I lies between 1 to n. So the meaning of this is, I is here the row number and j is the column number. So for each row we find the sum of, sigma is the sum of the absolute values of the elements in that row. So for each row we find the sum, sigma is the sum of the absolute values of all the elements in that row. So after that we find the maximum of all those elements, and that we call it as L infinity norm. So we will look at this definition in the following example. So let us look at this example. A is equal to this matrix 1 2 minus 1 0 3 minus 1 5 minus 1 and 1. Find L infinity norm. So how to find the L infinity norm? Using this definition, for each row we have to find sum of the, sigma is the sum of the absolute values of that row. So let us start with I equal to 1, that is the first row. So in the first row, sum sigma A modulus of A is A, that is sum of the absolute values of the elements in that row. So for the first row I is equal to 1, if we take the absolute values, modulus of 1 is 1, modulus of 2 is 2, modulus of minus 1 is 1. So sum of the absolute values of this first row is 1 plus 2 plus 1, that is equal to 4. Now we go to the second row. I is equal to 2 means for the second row. Again for the second row we find the sum of the absolute values of the elements. So that is sigma modulus of A is equal to 0 plus 3 plus modulus of minus 1, that is plus 1. So this will be 4. And for the third row, similarly, I is equal to 3, that is for the third row, sigma modulus of A is equal to sum of the absolute values of the elements in this row, third row, that is 5 plus modulus of minus 1 is 1. So 5 plus 1 plus 1, that is equal to 7. So we got sum of the absolute values of the elements for each row. And after that, we have to take maximum of that according to the definition of the L infinity norm, maximum of those elements. Here you have to find the maximum of 4, 4 and 7. Therefore, the L infinity norm of A is maximum of sigma modulus of A is J is from 1 to n, I lies between 1 to n. That is maximum of these sums 4, 4 and 7. Maximum of 4, 4, 7 is 7. Therefore, L infinity norm of this given matrix is 7. You can have a look at this. Another example, find the L infinity norm of this matrix. So the same way, we find here the solution is given. We find the sum of the absolute values of each row. For the first row, this is the sum of the absolute values. For the second row, this is the sum of the absolute values. And the third row, this is the sum of the absolute values. So this sum is 8, second one is 14, third one is 12. And maximum of those three values, maximum of 8, 14 and 12 is 14. So the L infinity norm of this matrix is 14. So I am leaving this one to you. So you try to do this one. Find the L infinity norm of this matrix A minus B, where A is equal to given by this matrix 3, 4, minus 7, minus 2, and B equal to 3, 4, minus 7, minus 2. Okay, the same matrix is given. So we can change these values. So let me change this one. Let us take 5, 4, 5, and 8. Okay, you can try to do this one. Find the L infinity norm of this matrix A minus B, where A is given by this and B is given by this matrix. So what you have to do is, for these two matrices A and B, first find A minus B. So A minus B by A minus B will be another 2 by 2 matrix. And for that A minus B, you can find L infinity norm, just like we did before. Okay. Now let us go to another. Find the L infinity norm of this matrix. A is equal to 2 minus 7, 6. So this is a column matrix. So unlike the previous example we did is 3 by 3 matrix. Here we found the L infinity norm. Now we are going to do the L infinity norm for a column matrix. So what is the L infinity norm of this column matrix? Is equal to maximum of sum of the absolute values of the first row. But the first row has only one element. So therefore we take only the absolute value of the element in the first row, only 2. Next, absolute value of the second row. Second row has only one element. If there are more than one element, we take the sum of the absolute values of those elements in the second row. But since the second row has only one element, we take the absolute value of that. And the third row element, only one element, absolute value. Then we take the maximum of them. So maximum of those elements is maximum of 2, 7, 6 is equal to 7. So for this column matrix, the L infinity norm is 7. Similarly, you can look at this example. Find the L infinity norm of this matrix A1 minus A2, where A1 is minus 1 minus 3 6 and A2, this is A2, A2 is 2 7 minus 3. Just like we did before, we can do, we have A1 and A2. First we can find A1 minus A2 because we need the L infinity norm of this matrix A1 minus A2. So A1 minus A2 is, subtract these two, A1 minus A2 if we do, we will get this matrix minus 3, minus 10 and 9. Thereafter L infinity norm is nothing but sum of the absolute values of each row and thereafter maximum of them. But the first row has only one element, minus 3. So the absolute value of that. And the second row has only one element, so the absolute value. And the third row only one element, the absolute value. And the maximum of those elements. So maximum of 3, 9, 3, 10 and 9 is 10. So the L infinity norm of A1 minus A2 is 10. So we will use this definition in our method, power method, to find the absolute value. Okay. Now let us go to this method. This is called the power method. This is to find the eigenvalue of highest magnitude and the corresponding eigenvector. So for a matrix, there may be more than one eigenvalue and more than one eigenvectors. If the order of the matrix is more than one, that is, if it is a 2 by 2 matrix, there will be 2 eigenvalues, 2 eigenvectors. If it is a 3 by 3 matrix, 3 eigenvalues and 3 eigenvectors. But we are interested in finding the eigenvalue of the highest magnitude, that is in absolute value the highest magnitude and the corresponding eigenvector. So to find that one, we use this method known as the power method. And in this method, we start with the initial vector x0. So this 0 indicates the initial eigenvector. So x0 is the initial eigenvector. This will be given. So using this initial eigenvector, we find the approximations. Now the first step is we find this matrix vector. We find this vector y1 by writing y1 is equal to a times x0. Here A is the given matrix for which we need to find the eigenvalue as an eigenvector. So this matrix is A will be given. And you have to multiply the matrix with the initial eigenvector. So if you multiply the matrix with the initial eigenvector, we will get a vector, we call it as y1. That is the first step. Now in the second step, you find the L infinity norm of this vector. Before, in the previous definition, we have seen how to find the L infinity norm of a vector. So here you find the L infinity norm of this vector y1. So this L infinity norm of this vector y1, we call it as mu1. That will be the eigenvector, eigenvalue. So L infinity of this y1 will be the eigenvalue. And thereafter, in the third step, we divide this vector y1 by the eigenvalue. The eigenvalue we are calling mu1. So we divide y1 by mu1 to get a vector, we call it as x1. That will be the eigenvector. So we got the eigenvalue mu1 is the eigenvalue, new eigenvalue, and x1 is the new eigenvector. So starting with the initial eigenvector x0, we are getting the new eigenvector. That is, this is the first approximation. x0 is the initial approximation of the eigenvector, and x1 is the first approximation of the eigenvector, and mu1 is the corresponding eigenvalue. Now if you want to go for next iterations, the x1 value is used to find the second iteration eigenvalue and eigenvector, and so on and so forth. That means we start with x0, we get x1, and when we start with when we use x1, we can find the next eigenvector x2, and after that using x2 we will get x3 and so on. So let us look at this example. So basically this is the procedure. We have 3 steps to follow. First thing is multiply the matrix with the initial eigenvector, and the resulting vector we call it as y1, and the L infinity norm of that vector will be the eigenvalue. After that one, you divide this y1 by the eigenvalue, and the resulting vector we call it as eigenvector. So 3 steps you have to follow. Let us look at this example. A is equal to this matrix. It is a 3 by 3 matrix. So it will have 3 eigenvalues and 3 eigenvectors. But here, using power method, approximate an eigenvalue of highest magnitude and the corresponding eigenvector. That means we are finding only one eigenvalue and the corresponding eigenvector. That eigenvalue is of highest magnitude. And here, if x0 is given as 1, 1, 1 transpose, that means it is a column vector. So to say it is a column vector, they have given as 1, 1, 1 transpose. So we can write this one as this way. This is same as column vector 1, 1 and 1. So let me add this one. Okay. So both are same. This vector 1, 1 transpose is nothing but this is a column vector 1, 1, 1. So this is the initial vector x0. If this is the initial vector is given, you have to find an approximation to the eigenvalue of highest magnitude and the corresponding eigenvector for this matrix A. So we start the first iteration, that is step 1 in the first iteration will be y1. You find y1. y1, just like we did before in the method, if you look at y1 is A times x0, the matrix times the initial vector. So y1 is equal to A times x0, that is A is the given matrix, A is this given matrix times x0 is the initial eigenvector given. The initial eigenvector is 1, 1, 1. So if you multiply A and x0, we are getting 10, 8 and 1. This is y1. Now we go to the step 2. We find the L infinity norm of this vector y1. For this vector y1, we find the L infinity norm. So L infinity norm of this vector y1 is maximum of absolute values of 10, 8 and 1. So this is a column vector matrix or vector, and therefore the L infinity norm of this matrix will be 10. So this is the eigenvalue in the first iteration, that is mu1. Now to get the eigenvector, that is x1 is equal to y1 over mu1. So divide y1 by the eigenvalue mu1. y1 is this vector 10, 8, 1. I am writing as a transpose. 10, 8, 1 transpose is nothing but this vector 10, 8, 1, and divide by mu1, the eigenvalue just now we got 10. So if we divide 10, 8, 1 by 10, you will be getting 1, 0.8 and 0.1 transpose. That is, this is a column matrix. So column matrix will be like, if I can write, this is nothing but you can write this as is equal to This is a vector 1, next 0.8, and 0.1. So this vector 1 minus 1 0.8 0.1 transpose is nothing but the column vector 1 0.8 0.1. So we got the eigenvector. This is eigenvector and this is eigenvalue in the first iteration. Now we go for the second iteration, because in the problem it is asked. It is not asked here, but we are doing here 2 iterations. So second iteration y2, just like we did in the first iteration, y2 is equal to a times x1. So the matrix A times the eigenvalue just now, eigenvector we got just now. This is x1. So a times x1. That will give you this vector 7.2, 5.4, 0. Minus 0.8. So this is the y2 vector. Once you get y2, you have to find L infinity norm of this vector y2. So L infinity norm of this vector is 7.2. So this will be the eigenvalue. Now we divide this y2 vector by this mu2. So x2, the eigenvector in the second iteration, will be y2 over division mu2, and y2 is this vector 7.2, 5.4 minus 0.8 as a transpose. I am writing this column vector as a transpose, division this eigenvalue 7.2. So if we divide, you will be getting 1, 0.75 minus 0.11 recurring. So 1 will be continuing. So this is the eigenvector in the second iteration, and this is the eigenvalue. So like this we can continue to find the eigenvalue and eigenvector approximations to a desired level. So we can write here. So we started with the initial eigenvector is given in the problem, x0 is 0. So the initial vector always here it is given as initial vector is 0, 0, 0. This is 0. Yes. So this is 0. So if the initial vector given as 0, 0, 0, then we got the eigenvector in the first approximation. This is eigenvector in the first approximation, and the corresponding eigenvalue is 10. And using this first approximation, we found the eigenvector in the second approximation. This is the eigenvector, and this is the eigenvalue of the highest magnitude. So I have written this in the table. So in the first iteration, the approximation of the eigenvalue is 10, and this is the eigenvector. So this is x1 and this is mu1. And in the second iteration, the eigenvalue of highest magnitude, the approximation, this is also an approximation of the eigenvalue of highest magnitude, is 7.2, and the eigenvector is corresponding eigenvector is 1, 0.75 minus 0.11 recurring. Now you can do similarly this example. A is given by this 4 by 4 matrix, an initial vector x0, that is initial value of this eigenvector, is given 1 minus 203 transpose. That means it is a column vector. So do 2 iterations of power method to find eigenvalue of highest magnitude and the corresponding eigenvector. So you try to do this one. I will leave this for you as an exercise. You try to do this as an exercise, and similarly you can try another example. Find the eigenvalue of highest magnitude and the corresponding eigenvector of the matrix A with x0 is 1 minus 1 2. Iterate until xm minus 1 L infinity norm is less than 10 power minus 2. So you can try to do this example. Here the number of iterations is not given. Instead of that one, there is a condition given how long you have to continue to do. For this, what you have to do is start with this matrix A and this initial eigenvector x0. So starting with this eigenvector, first you find the eigenvector x1, and after that you compute the difference between x1 and x0 and L infinity norm of that one. So this is xm minus 1. That means difference between the approximation of an eigenvector and the previous approximation m minus 1. So that is the difference between two successive approximations of the eigenvectors and the L infinity norm of that one. If that is less than 10 power minus 2, you can stop. That is the condition to see how long we have to continue the iterations. So you start with x0, you find x1, and thereafter that one find x1 minus x0, the difference, and find the L infinity norm of that one. If that is less than 10 power minus 2, you can stop there. If it is not less than 10 power minus 2, then you go for x2, that is second approximation of the eigenvector. Again you find x2 minus x1, just like here, x2 minus x1. So the second approximation value of eigenvector and the first approximation of the eigenvector, difference of those two, and the L infinity norm. We did see before what is the L infinity norm. So if the L infinity norm is less than 10 power minus 2, you can stop there. Similarly, if it is not less than, then you go for next approximation of the eigenvector, that is x3, then find x3 minus x2, and so on. So continue to do the iterations till you get this condition satisfied, xm minus 1 L infinity norm of this is less than 10 power minus 2. So this is the end of this video. In the next video, we try to find the solutions, numerical solutions of linear system of equations. You try to do this problem